Hey, this is Bert. Welcome to my super secret lab here. Well, I guess it's not secret anymore. But anyways, today what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at some Halloween themed action figures from Disney. And of course, they're not only Halloween figures, but they're Star Wars Halloween themed droids. And basically what happened was these figures were released over the last few years, and they re-released them, which is great because I don't know if you're like me, but you didn't want to spend the big bucks trying to get R5-BOO19, who I missed out on. And in fact, I gave up on collecting the series because he was my favorite and I missed out on him. Now you can get him at Disneyland, Disney World, or at shopdisney.com. So let's take a look at these guys under the microscope and see how they stack up.
Full Scale Custom.
All right, here are the figures right here. R2-BOO or R2-BOO, R3-BOO17, R4-BOO18 and R5-BOO19. And he's the one that I couldn't get. I actually just passed on BOO18. So it's nice to finally get him now that I have him in person. He's pretty cool. But the two I do have already are these two on the left, and I'm going to go and compare them to the previous releases to see if there are any differences. And what I forgot to mention is we're also going to take a look at this year's 2022's R7-FNG figure and just kind of check out what he's all about. So let's get to it. The package is pretty standard. If you bought any Disney Droid Factory sets, what they've added is, some silhouettes of starfighters against cobwebs. Okay, it's decent. I don't really care about packaging that much because I open everything. The bat hats that they include are very difficult to see against that black background. So is this droid here. And the back just has pictures of each of the characters and shows you how to put the hat on in case you couldn't figure that one out. Okay, so that's just about it. So let's take a look and actually open these guys up. Okay, and here they are. And if I didn't explain this well enough already, I just wanted to go over it. Basically, starting in, I believe, 2016, they started making one Halloween figure per year in a package that was similar to the one that our R7-FNG came in. And I bought these two, and I was really excited about them back then. And passed on Candy Corn Man. I missed out when he first came out, and he got a little expensive, and I didn't care enough about him. But this guy is my absolute favorite. I'm really, really happy to have him. And it's kind of cool to get them all together in a 4-pack like this. If you look, there's the standard Disney Droid Factory body. They don't have wires on their feet. And this stems back to way back when you could actually put together your own droids at Disney, at the Star Tours spot. And I think maybe a couple other spots. And what happened was too many parents were coming back and saying, I got 2 right legs and I want to make sure I got a left leg or my legs don't match and everything like that. And they're like, fine, you know what? We're just going to make the legs perfectly symmetrical. So you just grab 2 and don't even worry about it. So and unfortunately, they've never gone back. I mean, you just buy these already intact. So I don't see why they don't go back and put the wires in. But, it is what it is. So here they are. They're... because they're all built in the same body structure, you can take them apart. Okay. And that's true for all of them. I'm not going to go through and take every single one of them apart. Actually, I should. He's got green instead of silver on the inside there. Let's see. Are the rest of them just silver on the inside? Oh, no, he's yellow. Okay, see? I should have done this. Oh, and he's black. Okay. Wow, that was actually pretty surprising. I thought they were all going to have silver on the inside, except for, of course, the green slime one. So this guy came out in 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, and there's 2 more. There's a 2020 BB-8 pumpkin one, and then in 2021, last year, they made a witch one, which is R6-W1CH. So I don't have those to kind of complete the collection because I gave up once I couldn't get this guy who was my favorite, and he was I got to look it up. I from what I recall, he was getting over $75 because they just underproduced him. And I don't know, I just think that his deco, this sort of skeleton thing, I don't know. I just think it's the coolest thing. So let's take a look at them one by one, and then we'll open up R7-FNG. This guy, the first one, R2-BOO, he's got clearly just a overall Halloweenish sort of theme. It's got the green, orange, and purple that you associate with Halloween decorations. Right here on your left is the original version of R2-BOO, and on the right is the one that just came in the 4-pack. And really, if you look, the orange, green, and purple, they are practically identical. Yeah, I cannot really figure out any significant difference whatsoever on these. Maybe the orange on the new one looks a little bit more vibrant, but just the tiniest bit. And really, the only significant, well, okay, it's not even significant. The only really difference that I can find between the two is the handling of this middle section here. On the new one, the orange kind of bleeds over onto these little purple circles, and on the old one, it is perfect and crisp. All right, let's try on his hat. All right, hat's real cute, fits on there pretty well. Then, of course, we have R3-BOO17, and he has kind of like, I consider it like a slime theme. He's translucent, he's green, that kind of Nickelodeon slime colored green, or even Slimer from Ghostbusters green. The original version is here on the left, and this is the new version. And you can see there's actually a pretty significant difference between these two. The green, I don't know if it's, the body is overall maybe a little bit like darker, but also a little bit more translucent. It's like a darker, more translucent green. Does that make sense? I guess that makes sense. And the markings are appropriately darker too. The contrast they show up a little bit better. Maybe they're actually the same color. And then the last thing I noticed, and I don't know if you can really tell right here, but his dome, the clear dome that he has, is much clearer. This has a little, not too foggy, but it's got a little bit of fog to it, and this is really crystal clear. I'm not actually even sure which one I prefer. I think I kind of like the new one better. I like seeing those markings on the body. I feel like they're just a little bit more visible. So that's R3-BOO17. Now, both of these glow in the dark. We'll take a look at the glowing feature later. And our next one, R4-BOO18, has an obvious candy corn theme. But the problem is this was designed by somebody who had never, okay, maybe they had looked at a candy corn, but they didn't look closely at it. I tried finding a candy corn that goes white, yellow, and orange, and they're just not out there. I thought maybe in some other, maybe I was being U.S. centrist or something, but I think throughout the world, candy corn goes white, orange, and yellow. So that was part of the reason why I didn't get this guy in the first place. So I don't really have the original one to compare to. He looks pretty similar. My other problem is, you know me, I like contrast. I mean, I think it's kind of fun, the shiny yellow against the more matte yellow.
I'd really just prefer that each body color had different detail colors. Maybe yellow had orange on it or something like that.
Just so you can see them. I think they didn't have to be so strict about the whole orange section being just orange and the whole yellow section being just yellow. But here's my little artist rendering about what I think it should look like. White head, orange upper torso, and then yellow bottom, and then you can see the details how I was picturing it. But oh well, this is what they made. He's a pretty neat figure overall, and I think he's a great addition to the Halloween collection. And even though the color's in the wrong order, everyone gets the idea that he's candy corn. R4-BOO18 comes with this little arm that plugs in there and has a little candy corn, and the candy corn is, actually you can take that apart too. I didn't realize the candy corn is removable. It has two little divots so that it can be held carefully by that claw there. And the claw actually moves it two places, which is kind of a neat feature. All right, moving right along, here's my fave, R5-BOO19. Like I said earlier, he was quite the rare one back in the day, or basically before the set came out, he was pretty rare, hard to find. For the most part, I think a lot of people were buying this $40 set so that they could get him because he was on his own way more than $40. So great find there. And again, he glows in the dark too. Your standard R5 body, obviously He's got a skeleton theme going on. Kind of the markings are made to kind of evoke a rib cage and a spine and a skull. Okay, but loosely. I mean, you gotta, it's abstracted. Still one of my favorites. Really holds up, looks great. Again, I don't have the original, so I can't tell you exactly what they've changed, if anything. R5-BOO19 can be finished off with something that didn't come with the original, and that is this little bat hat. There you go. It actually fits pretty snug. As I was putting it on, I was worried that there wasn't long enough peg to get it on his head, but it fits. All right, finally we're going to look at R7-FNG. And he is not part of the 4-pack. He's sold singly because this is his debut year here. Maybe after they make, let's see, what do I missed out on the BB-8 droid and the R6. So maybe after next year they'll do another 4-pack for us, and he'll be in that if you missed him. Okay. He comes with package that pretty much, this to me looks like not even a digital rendering. This looks literally like a photograph of the toy in front of an image of the Emperor's throne from Rise of Skywalker. And then on the back, just some different information about, the parts of the droid. Now, this is actually my first R7, because I gotta tell you, I just didn't like this style of droid with the triangles and stuff like that, but I actually think this guy is a pretty good use for it. So let's open him up and take a look. Here he is, and just like R3-BOO17 and R5-BOO19, he glows in the dark. All this right here, you can almost kind of get a sense of it glowing pretty well there. All that, this, glow in the dark color. What is that, yellow, off-white? That all glows. Pretty cool details. Obviously, like a reddish eye there, some fangs there. This, I think, is meant to be like, I don't know what that's called, the collar or the lapel on a Dracula's outfit, or maybe it's his chin, depending on how you want to look at it. But it's just kind of a vampirish look for R7-FNG here, or R7. I've heard people call him R7-FNG, of course. So, all right, and he rounds out the collection pretty well. Like I said, I wish I had the last two figures from the last 2 years, but I had given up. This is why you never give up, kids. All right, let's look at this lineup all together here. There you go. And let's take a look. We can take a look at the ones that glow in the dark. See how they glow in the dark. I'm going to charge them up a little bit faster with a little ultraviolet light here, but this guy glows. He glows. And this guy glows. All right, there they are, glowing in the dark. They look pretty sweet, don't they? I wish they all had little glow-in-the-dark features. It's really, I don't know. I particularly like glow-in-the-dark stuff. It would have been also nice for the R3 unit to have some glow-in-the-dark panels on his head so you can see the full silhouette of his head a little bit better. But, all right, this has been Bert. I hope you enjoyed this review and unboxing of these guys. I think they're a great value, just a really fun set. I just like Halloween toys. If you watch, I have a reel up here on my YouTube channel about all my little Halloween toys. It's very modest though. I don't go overboard. I only have 30 toys maybe. That's not a lot. All right. But yeah, I've been told by my wife that these are not going out right now, even though I just did a review of them. I do have to wait till it's closer to Halloween. I thought August was pretty close, but apparently not close enough. When I worked at Party City, Halloween started in August. That's just how it was. And it was, a quarter of the year was Halloween. And I missed that a little bit. All right, everybody, like and subscribe if you like this. And I'm trying to do a video every 2 weeks here, so look for the next one. Have a good one, everybody.